Welcome to Unit 6 of Administration of Child Development Programs. In this unit, we will be looking at the important concepts involved in fiscal management of your child care center. Make sure to read Chapter 6 in your textbook and review all of the posted lectures and resources in Unit 6 on your Moodle class site. As we review the concepts in this unit, you should pay additional attention to these terms introduced in your readings. A budget is a plan for how the program will use its resources to meet its goals. It is part of the planning process. Your startup costs will differ from your operating budget. The fees, the tuition you charge, must strike a balance between what families can afford to pay and the quality of your program. Remember, quality costs money. Last but not least, it's important to remember that the full cost of childcare is almost always greater than the actual tuition amounts paid by families. The difference will be made up by public or private subsidies and often in the foregone wages of childcare staff. This means that your teaching staff will often be working for less than they are worth.
Created using Powtoon.
For assignment number 2, you've been asked to complete an Excel spreadsheet showing the tuition that will need to be charged in order to cover the expenses for an imaginary child care center. It's important that you follow the scenario completely and don't add any of your own information. This is an example of the type of spreadsheet I'm looking for. It's just a simple tuition spreadsheet. You'll want to make sure that you put your name in the Child Development Center. And most importantly, you want to list all of the expenses, including each teacher. You can number them or name them, and any other staff member that you are paying. You'll also want to list any other expenses. All of these are given in the scenario, and you want to read it carefully to see if those expenses are given to you hourly, monthly, or annually. For those expenses that are given to you other than annually, you'll need to figure out the annual expense. And the best way to do that is to decide whether you need to multiply monthly or hourly. So on our teachers, they're being paid hourly. These are not the amounts in the scenario. They're just amounts for this example. But the best way to compute your annual teacher salary would be on these teachers here, we'll assume 40 hours a week. So we're going to take their hourly amount. We're going to multiply that by the 40 hours a week to get their weekly salary, and then by the 52 weeks in a year to get their annual salary. On the director, she's paid monthly, so we know that there are 12 months in a year, so we can just multiply by 12 months. Once we know all of our expenses, we can add those up, total them, and then to compute the tuition, you'll just take your annual expenses. You'll divide them by the 12 months a year and by the number of children in this scenario. I hope that's a helpful start for you, and please ask me any questions if you need more clarification. Thank you. Now that we've had time to look over the important concepts involved in fiscal management, it's time for you to open up your budget project assignment and review the given scenario. This project will give you some real-world experience in putting your knowledge of fiscal planning to work. Read through the project, and if you have any questions, remember, just ask. I'm here to help.